Smiley World, a Minecraft SMP which is no stranger to wars. In fact, in all the seasons we've had, there wasn't one of them which didn't have war. But before I continue, what were these wars exactly? Season 1, I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't have the best idea on what was going on in this war. But all I know is that most of the server went after Kylo loads for practically no reason, and quite literally griefed and stole everything he worked for hours to get. And because of this, Kylo loads just went and burned down the most iconic build of the server, the huge treehouse where the majority of the server lived. And after a while, even my treehouse got burned down, which I don't know exactly why it got burned down, but it just did. And after that, we just did the end fight, we killed the dragon, and you know, after yelling way too many times over fictional black monsters, we concluded the season there. Season 2. In this season we introduced the lifesteal mod, which if you don't already know, it's a mod which makes it so that if you kill someone, you steal their heart, and if you end up with no heart, you're banned from the server. This at first seemed like a great idea, well, until you realize that the best 2 PvPers on the server, Smyte and Blue, decided to team up against the entire server and steal everyone's hearts. And as you can probably tell, after they killed and grieved everyone, the server died quicker than the average brain cell of a Fortnite player. Season 3. Okay, I might have lied. This season had no wars, for the sole reason that this season was the most dead season in all of Smiley World up to that point. Well, I'm also mistaken here. This season was dead for half of the player base. For the other half, it was actually very active. Half the server made a nation where they built many cool stuff, and it was relatively chill. All I got from this is some screenshots, as in this season all I did was build a food shop which had less sales than my subscriber count. Speaking about that, make sure to subscribe. But apart from that, this season was chill, mainly because it had the lowest amount of activity in the entire server. Now, that leads us to Season 4, our present season where everything was sort of taking a different turn. I first started by making a base which by my standards turned out to be one of the best I've ever made. Are my standards low? I mean, you could say that. But anyways, you might be saying, oh, everything seems normal so far, right? And to that I can say you're correct, but this is where things start taking a strange turn. Smyte invited almost the entire server at the time to his base, as he said he wanted to show us something. So that's what we did, we went to his base and something out of the ordinary happened.
There's been a lot of tension going on, and usually we all know how that ends.
Funny moments.
War. Yes, Scar.
He started explaining to us why we should stop wars and how they are slowly but surely destroying the server. And now don't get me wrong, he sort of does have a point. But remember, this is all happening in a server full of wars, and it's also being said by one of the most people on the server who likes wars. From all people, Smyte was the least person from all who you would be expecting to start speaking about how we should bring peace to the server. And after most of the blabbering, he revealed to us what his main plan was. He wanted us to sign a contract, which quite literally stated, if you war, you gay. Quite literally stopping anyone who signed the contract from starting a war.
You're making a video on this, and you're trying to remove wars.
Yes.
You are making
That doesn't sound very... That doesn't sound very...
Nice.
That doesn't sound very convincing.
What do you mean?
No, it just seems like you want to start a war.
Who can agree to this contract though? Apart from such blue.
Absolutely no one.
And no one was buying it. I mean, you have to understand, this came from the person who started every single war which happened on the server up to that point. No one wanted to sign a contract written by one of the most likely people to start a war. But I had faith. I truly believed he could bring peace to the server. So I asked him for the book and I signed the contract. It turns out I actually wasn't alone. After that, Bitberries, K-Giant, and a few weeks later, even Kylo Loads, all signed the contract. It was something which most of the server at the time could agree on. We wanted peace.
I guess that's pretty much it, right? Well, not exactly. See, what nobody did realize is that this whole time, the contract wasn't actually signed and closed. Meaning that if I wanted to, I could still change all of these terms to whatever I wanted while still having everyone's signature.
Smyte didn't sign and close the contract. What? Wasn't this person just blabbering about how he wanted peace and if there wasn't peace, the server was gonna die? Well, everything wasn't going as expected, and the truth is, I think people overreacted here. The truth is that if he changed something from the contract which I didn't like, I wasn't going to obey the contract. If he changed one thing from the contract which I clearly disliked, my will to follow the contract would have gone out the window, and I genuinely didn't care that I wrote down my name on a piece of paper. That meant nothing to me if he changed anything from the contract. But even though I said this entire speech about me not caring about the contract if he changed it, I was still curious to see what he changed it to. So I asked him like 50 times, but he insisted on making us wait until everyone was online on the server so he could tell us all at the same time.
So, the agreement. You all know that before we had a contract with the terms that if we started a war, we would be going against the contract basically. And I decided to make a bit of changes to that. Let me read to you guys what's in this new thing. Okay, bro. The involuntary agreement. As you all know, after signing this contract, you guys, by law, agreed to it by signing it with your names. Lately, everyone's been asking me, Smyte, is this some evil plan of yours? Smyte, do you want to end the server with this contract? Hopefully not, because by having signed this contract, by having signed this book, you are now officially a part of a new team that I have formed. A team we are going to call peacekeepers. Okay? Our one mutual goal as a team, as you might have assumed, is simply to keep peace on the server. This, although, doesn't mean that we can't take part in any of the action that might take place. In fact, if anyone on the server decides to grief, steal, or kill other players without a justifiable reason, we all have to join up and kill that person on sight until they would have learned their lesson. Note that this also applies to anyone, including me, who has signed this contract, so as to keep things fair with everyone. What do you guys think of this new...
I mean,
Very good.
it's basically the same contract you had before.
It's sort of, it hasn't changed too much, but
Yeah, why are you making agreements?
it's not, the whole video isn't about this, don't worry. But the point is, now if anyone breaks the contract or anything happens, we're actually fight. We're not just gonna stay.
That's the same contract as before though, basically, so... Guys, you should subscribe to Janaflage while you're watching this video, just saying. It was basically the same contract as before, just more concrete. It basically emphasized the point that if someone started a war, everyone would go after him. And you would think, oh, I guess that's it, right? Well... Say a speech. Yes! Kill off the levels.
You guys are already breaking the contract. Yeah, no, okay, not you, Berries, but John is breaking the contract. Carl is breaking it.
Yes.
We should technically team up against them.
Yeah, so...
Both of your pixels are gonna explode. Oh my god.
Okay, what? If you haven't already understood, what happened is that Berries killed me. So as revenge, I went to kill him back. And after a few seconds, K-Giant went to kill Kylo Loads, who had 50 levels. With this, K-Giant and I were technically breaking the contract because we had killed another person without proper justification. So the server was after K-Giant and I. The thing with this was that I was killed countless times before I killed Minberries, but apparently no one cared about that. And at that point, it felt like the entire server turned against me, so I did the best thing I could have done at that point. I ran, while also stealing some of Kylo's stuff. And you might be asking, why did you steal his stuff? The truth was that I was getting chased after whether or not I stole some of Kylo's loot. So better off have a couple of stacks of carrots and a diamond sword than just my stole tools while being chased by the entire server. I went quite a far distance from Smite's base, and apart from Minberries, no one knew I ran away, and after a while, Kylo realized that some of his stuff wasn't in the chest. Coincidentally, 8 sacks of carrots and a diamond sword were missing. And because of this, he started blaming K-Giant for stealing his stuff. And to prevent the blame from all going on K-Giant, who didn't actually have his stuff, I decided to admit I took his stuff. This basically made me one of the biggest enemies of the server, killing berries, stealing Kylo's loot. But after some discussing, it was agreed that if I returned all of Kylo's stuff, I will no longer be chased after as an enemy of the peacekeepers. So that's what I did. I put all the stuff I stole in the chest, and everything was back to normal. Or so you'd think. Kylo was constantly planning to go to war against K-Giant for losing his 50 levels. Mind you, these can easily be obtained in like 20 minutes using the Nether XP form K-Giant made. But anyways, at this point, it truly felt like every time Smyte brought us all together to discuss peace on the server, it just created more wars, conflicts and whatnot. Even after the first time he brought us all together, there was just a huge divide between the people who signed the contract and those who didn't. And even though this was later broken by Kylo also signing, and only Such Blue deciding just not to sign, it truly made everyone think, was all of this even worth it? On the 23rd of March, Kylo woke up from his bed and thought to himself, I'm gonna go cause some chaos today. And so he went to grief off his base. Even though it was something which happened out of the ordinary, we all knew Kylo was gonna do something insane on the server. This obviously turned the entire server against him, and I was quite literally getting messages to ban Kylo for griefing. Long story short, they wanted to destroy Kylo's base, and he rage quit the server. He told the anger he had, he begged me to unwhitelist him, so he's officially out the server. Surprise, the next day he joined the server again. Even though Alphys eventually got all his stuff back, and Kylo recovered from his base getting destroyed, and everyone was good in like a couple days time, it surely raised the question to the entire server. Can we bring peace to a server who just can't chill and have fun without griefing or killing? The big event of the server was arriving. The end fight was approaching. It was an event we did every season to bring the entire server together for a special occasion. Killing the dragon. It would also open up access to the end cities, which would allow the entire server to get shulker boxes and elytras. And now, please tell me, what is the best way to get gear in Minecraft? Option A, mining. Option B, trading with villagers. Or option C, beg your friends for gear. Now, even though I didn't ask anyone for gear, I bet if I want to ask my friends for gear, it would end up something like this. Now, from these two options, of course the best way to get gear is mining. Wait, no, not this type of mining. This, look at how beautiful this is. If you don't know how villager trading works, basically you mine wood, turn it into sticks, go to a villager, they sell you emeralds for sticks, and with emeralds and the necessary slaves, I mean villagers with the correct professions and levels, you can get almost all the gear you need with emeralds. And that's what I did. These villagers were all at K-Giant's base, and while I headed there, I noticed something, well, quite bad. And there's actually a reason why I removed Smyte's name from the sign-up on mine instead. And no, it's all because I'm a selfish prick who only wants to advertise my channel. Well, maybe, but that's not the point. It's because even though Smyte is constantly preaching about how he wants peace, he isn't actually at peace. In fact, he's currently in a war. More specifically, a subscriber wars. Smyte and I are in a very intense war to be the first one to reach 1k subs, and even though I'm currently in the lead, once he uploads his new video, chances are that he's gonna take the lead, so please make sure to subscribe to help me win this war against him. I may lose against him in Java PvP, but I can't let him win in subscribers, so please, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. It will truly help out a lot. Thank you. Time to kill. 3, 2, 1. ħajġu għalik, proset. Mux ħanajlek. So, lol. Yo. Yo, guys, ejo miħaj. Issa jek ammut. Jek ammut. Billallu ħanibdew b'daw l-Enderman. Rojinet kontra dal-Enderman, s-sotu ma nġriċ Enderman. ħaq dal-Enderman. Fl-axħar trik Enderman. Fejn jgħet. Daw l-Enderman mux għandi t-nej għalija. Yo! Kemm int gay, kemm int ignorant, man, kienet il-master plan għal-freaking video, Alex, man, kemm int gay, man. Alex, li b'kollox għatni grindja, man. Ovvja, man, għal-Alex video. Man, nisni konna,
We were betrayed. By who? Yes, by the leader of the peacekeepers himself, Smyte. From all people, he had to be the one to betray us all. I was furious, mad, confused, and mostly, I felt betrayed. For the fact that I trusted him. I trusted in the peacekeepers. I truly believed we could bring peace to the server. And for him just to ruin everything that the peacekeepers stood for what? Some content? He basically ruined the server event for his video. It wasn't fair. He just killed us, didn't even let us see the dragon get killed, and stole the dragon egg, and just logged off. You get the whole concept. I was pissed more than ever, and because of this, I did the only thing that I thought would make me feel better in that situation. I sought revenge.
Alex! Oops.
The boys smokes out of the shotgun. When the smoke's rolling, and I got some of the dog years, and I feel 26. Yeah, I'm a new tricks.